Do you realize that you're going to have to give an account for every idle word that comes out of your mouth? I want you to think about that the next time you're tempted to say an unkind word to or about your brother or sister. Read Matthew chapter 12, verse 36. You have to be little people first before you can become great, because God only makes great people out of little people to show His greatness. You are accountable for the truth the Lord has given you, and His blessing in your life will depend on your obedience. How to work with people. Know their strong points and use them. Know their weaknesses and watch out for them. Accept them as they are. Many were called, but very few were chosen, because very few chose to follow God's way. The size of a dog in a fight doesn't count as much as the size of the fight in the dog. God not only gives you everything you need, but even everything you want, if you really please Him. Although the fig tree shall not blossom, neither shall fruit be in the vines, the labor of the olive shall fail, and the fields shall yield no meat. The flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there shall be no herd in the stalls. Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will joy in the God of my salvation. Habakkuk chapter 3, verses 17 and 18. Take away my ability to fail, and I would not know the meaning of success. Let me be immune to rejection and heartbreak, and I could not know the glory of living. Ross W. Mars. The path to greatness requires simplicity and diligence. It requires each of us to focus on what is vital and eliminate all extraneous distractions. Jim Collins. Do not be dazzled by the world's false judgments. The common soldier is often nobler than the general, nor is it otherwise on the battlefield of life. There is a yet harder and higher heroism to live well in the quiet routine of life, to fill a little space because God wills it, to go on cheerfully with a petty round of little duties, little vocations, to accept unmurmuringly a low position, to smile for the joys of others when the heart is aching, to banish all ambition, all pride, and all restlessness in a single regard to our Savior's work. To do this for a lifetime is a greater effort, and he who does this is a greater hero than he who for 1 hour stems a breach, or for one day rushes onward undaunted in the flaming front of shot and shell. His works will follow him. He may not be a hero to the world, but he is one of God's heroes. And though the builders of Nineveh and Babylon be forgotten and unknown, his memory shall live and shall be blessed. Frederick W. Farrar. If you would not be forgotten as soon as you are dead and rotten, either write things worth reading or do things worth the writing. Do not think that love, in order to be genuine, has to be extraordinary. What we need is to love without getting tired. Be faithful in small things, because it is in them that your strength lies. A coward is incapable of exhibiting love. It is the prerogative of the brave. It is better to speak from a full heart and an empty head than from a full head and an empty heart. Popularity is the result of pleasing people. Greatness is the result of pleasing God. There is nothing more certain than death, nothing more uncertain than the time of dying. I will therefore be prepared at all times for that which may come at any time. Discipleship is not dynamic until it is willing to be despised by the world. Furthermore, discipleship is not dynamic until it is despised by the world. And the converse is equally true. Discipleship is not despised by the world until it is dynamic. Unless I go about my business of saving the souls of men with an energy and zeal almost amounting to madness, nobody will take any notice of me, much less believe what I say and make everlasting profit out of it. Position, power, money, or popularity do not a great man make? It's not a single great heroic deed that defines who you really are. It's the little things you do day by day that counts. Even if all you can do is crawl across the floor, it's better than just sitting there doing nothing. Forget trying to figure out what will bring you happiness. Try to make others happy, and then happiness will find you. The world is full of could-have-beens. A could-have-been is worse than a has-been. At least the has-been was there once. People who live in their own little world never get to enjoy the worlds of others. If you want to be cheerful and happy, act that way, and you'll soon find yourself becoming that way. Life is tragic for those who have plenty to live on and nothing to live for. If your treasure is on earth, you are going from it. If it is in heaven, you are going to it. The real measure of a man's wealth is how much he would be worth if he lost all his money. To possess money is very well. It may be a most valuable servant. To be possessed by it is to be possessed by a devil, and one of the meanest and worst kind of devils. God resists the proud, but giveth grace to the humble. James chapter 4, verse 6. The finest test of character is seen in the amount and the power of gratitude we have. Wisdom is meek. It's not smart alecky. It's not show off. A wise man appears ridiculous in the company of fools. A good deal of trouble has been caused in the world by too much knowledge and too little wisdom. If you give some people too much knowledge without wisdom, they invent atom bombs and war machines and spaceships and go about making war and shooting off into space while millions are starving to death. Promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind, to talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person you meet, to look at the sunny side of everything and make your optimism come true, to think only the best and expect only the best, to be just as enthusiastic about the success of others as you are about your own, to forget about the mistakes of the past and to press on to greater achievements of the future, to wear a cheerful countenance at all times and give every person you meet a smile, to give so much time to the improvement of yourself that you have no time to criticize others, to be too big to worry and too noble for anger, to be too strong for fear and too happy to permit the presence of trouble. What most people need to learn in life is how to love people and use things instead of using people and loving things. There is only one happiness in life: to love and to be loved. A loving heart is the truest wisdom. Charles Dickens. Love is the beauty of the soul. If you wish to be loved, love. A man's countenance tells you more about him than his clothes. There are 4 ways in which we have contact with the world. We are evaluated and classified by these 4 contacts: what we do, how we look, what we say, and how we say it. Dale Carnegie. The longer I live, the more I am certain that the great difference between the feeble and the powerful, between the great and the insignificant, is energy, invincible determination, a purpose once fixed, and then death or victory. This quality will do anything that can be done in this world. Sir Thomas Buxton.